Welcome back to Echo. What is this rubbing against? What was that? Because I kept hearing something through the wire, like you can hear something rub against the cords. Feel the vibration. But, God, I hate how squeaky this chair is. I need a new chair. Who gets office chairs in here? Fuck yeah. I don't care. I will not make that same mistake from last episode. I'm gonna back up just a little bit so I'm a little more centered with the camera. How you doing? I just realized I don't have the grid on. Oh well, I'm not gonna mess with that. I usually have that on to make sure I stay centered. But, you know me. Shirley. Her, got this going on here. Bug, fuck off. Can I turn this light up? The lighting is always weird. What? Please! I don't like that. God. Oh, this light. I hate it. There we go. I'm not dealing with it. Not anymore. Can't wait until I have better equipment. No. Best we got. Okay, anyways. Fix. Lean back just a little. There we go. And load game. Let's get right into it. Is this it? Is this the thing? I think it's the thing. We'll find out together. Okay. So it is a transition. Tuesday it is. Cool. I remember that at least. Alright. Oh no. I don't know if I can do those voices. I got some allergy shit going on today. It's been attacking me fiercely, so, you know, I'll do my best. If I can't, then I'll just stop. But we shall see. So, where we headed, TJ? Jenna sounds like she's in a much better mood than yesterday. We all are, really. Sorry. The canyon. Echo Canyon, more specifically. You ever been? He looks at both of us with a grin. Nope. No. Me either. Me neither. His ears fall a little. What? You know the town is named after it, right? How have you not been there? I shrug and Jenna laughs. Because you have to walk through... Because you have to walk through 3 miles of snake-infested desert to get there. That makes me bristle, because there are definitely snakes here. I can't help but scan the brush. You really shouldn't worry about that. They're more afraid of you than they're more afraid of you than you are of them, and they do have a rattle. So just listen for it. For it. Jenna grins and looks straight at me. Yeah, you're right. The most dangerous animals you'll find on these paths is the blondie. An involuntary shiver works itself up my spine. Jenna! DJ frowns. That's even less likely, Jenna. Great, now that you've said it, I'm gonna be up all night for the rest of the hike. You're welcome. Let's get going. We want to make it to the top by noon. The voices are getting jumbled, so I'm not even really trying anymore. I give up. Yep, I'm doing great. A few hours in, and TJ's quite a bit ahead of us. I feel a little bad about it, but I think he likes it that way. Probably wants to think after yesterday. Ugh. Jenna and I walk side by side, and she's making sure that I drink water the entire time. Good. You can get heat stroke easily, especially when you're like them. Fur on your entire body. Especially an otter who's not exactly made for that. You should be done with that by now. She gestures at my water bottle, which is still half full. Come on, I've had like 3 already. I take a sip, then almost snort water as Jenna tips up the bottle of the bottom of the bottle. Sorry, I've got some issues. Ugh. Hey, I made TJ a promise. Hey, I made TJ a promise here. You're an otter. You need it. Ah, stop! I cough a few times, water running down my chin and chest. Even though it feels good, I wipe it away with a forearm. Jenna chuckles before we start walking again. Actually, you don't really need more water than me or TJ, as he could tell you. The water thing is actually more of a physiological need as opposed a psychological need as opposed to a physical one. Oh yeah? I look over my wet camera bag, which definitely didn't need water. Yeah. You know, back when I'm half here. Oh. Some visual novels I can read pretty well. Others are just... Yeah. You know, back when there weren't really any ethics in research, they separated an otter pup from water, never allowed to swim. That makes me pause. Technically, in this day and age, otters don't really need to swim. A trip to the supermarket gets all that done. Oh, excuse me. But something about not being allowed to be in water, to feel the cool, isolated space that I so longed to be in. What happened? Depressed, disengaged, neurotic in general. Then, when they were done, They just sat him loose into the world. He killed himself a few hours later. Wow. Yep. I mean, ethics are in a place now, of course. Not that this psychological association is any better. You probably heard about their role in the world. Their role in the whole advanced Ah! My brain! These footsteps aren't helping! Ah! Because I'm just hearing footsteps in my ears constantly, and it's not helping anything. I shouldn't even be doing this right now. I'm dying. Oh, not literally, but I feel like death. That word, controversy, I can't speak technical mumbo jumbo. Like the waterboarding stuff. Yeah, but it really makes you realize how powerful the brain is. It's not at all physical necessities. It's not all physical necessities. Must have been pretty awful for him. What? Okay, that sentence is confusing. Must have been pretty awful for him. For him that he killed himself. That doesn't make sense in my puny brain. I don't even think that's a proper sentence right there. But then again, what do I know? It's just annoying. I can't imagine. Yeah, because like I feel like right here, the words "that he" just extends it more and just makes it confusing. Because in my mind, it would work better. Must have been pretty awful for him to have killed himself. Makes a lot more sense in my head. But then again, what do I know? I have like almost no knowledge on how to write properly. Because like I know the rough basics, but that's about it. And then beyond that, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure I'm using commas quite wrong in some cases, anyways. Talking about offing oneself, though, it's talking about offing oneself, though, it's got me thinking about Jenna's brother. So, you wanting to talk about Adam? Damn. No. Well, I sort of did, but I don't think that that would be appropriate at all. Sorry, I can't read for shit. I was just wondering, are you gonna go see your family sometime during the trip? We talked about it earlier, but I guess you didn't really give an answer. Jenna snorts loudly, tossing her head back. You're kidding, right? I feel my cheeks flush, knowing that I might have said something really offensive. This font is really hard for me to read with my bad eyes. I'm not really in tune with how things are with Jenna's family. Leo and sometimes even Flynn dealt with most of that. I mean, aren't you at least a little curious? I altered that. I'm gonna do a lot of altering. Because my brain can't handle it. Curious is the wrong word. No. Maybe morbidly curious. Anyway, they haven't bothered contacting me since I left, so as far as I can tell, they're not missing me. There's TJ. I was wondering when he would pipe up. Haha. Ow, I hit my fucking... That hurt. Why is there still this walking sound effect? I get that we're walking. Quit it. Please. Driving me insane. Guys, there's a giant dip over here, so watch your step. There it is. There it is. Excuse me. Woo-hoo. There's more. Excuse me. TJ's quite a bit ahead of us now. I don't even see him anymore around all the boulders and brush. I pick up the pace and Jenna follows. Well, do you miss them? She doesn't say anything for a while, which tells me she's really thinking about it. Maybe she's thinking about it. Hang on, I just have a rag here because I'm out of tissues right now. I'm not actually blowing my nose, I'm just rubbing the snot away because I'm not trying to have you hear that. Oh my god, I feel awful right now. Why am I doing this to myself? 17 minutes and I'm already, like, dreading my decision. No. She says it, finally, surprising me a little with her bluntness. At least, not my mom and dad. Not even Adam. Really? Jenna shifts around as she grabs another water bottle out of the backpack and hands it to me. Adam... he had problems. Mom and Dad fucked him up, of course. But he took it out on me. He did some messed up stuff. I debate whether or not I should ask what exactly that messed up stuff was, but I'm way too scared of what it might be. Same here. I want to know, but at the same time, I wouldn't. It's kind of just like this, you know, it's morbid curiosity. Like, you want to know, but you don't at the same time. So, by the end of it, you just end up not asking. Or, some people who are crazy enough to actually ask and get the answer are scarred for life. Jeremy, though, I guess I wouldn't mind seeing him again. I give her an incredulous look. See, Jeremy's the one I would have thought you'd want to talk to. Yeah. Now, Clint is the one that fucked up Jeremy, but he really was a good person before then. Jeremy was, for as long as I can remember, a royal dick. A bully to me, TJ, and Carl. Along with Clint, he terrorized our childhood. That is, until Leo showed up. I'll never forget the day Leo rammed Jeremy's head into a tree and punched Clint so many times in the face, his eyes almost swelled shut. Ow! Ooh, I mean, I can't say they didn't deserve it because I don't even know, but God! Ow! Ooh. Of course, Leo never got in trouble because neither of their parents gave a shit. Environment is really important to how you develop as a person. I think for a second. Well, you turned out alright. environment and temperament make us who we are. Some people can just take more. Yeah, some people are just like they really just know. It's clear that her temperament was a lot stronger than mine. Whatever that was, if I had parents like that... Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, if I had parents like that, I don't know how I would have survived. I'd take another gulp of water, and it's then that I realize how badly I need to pee. I feel ya, but I have trained myself to hold it very long because my parents take way too long in the gosh darn bathroom, and it's ridiculous. Looking off to the side, I spot a rather large boulder surrounded by sagebrush. Hey, you go ahead. I gotta take a piss. A piss, sorry. Jenna corks her muscle. Jenna corks her muzzle and folds her arms. Sure you don't want me to wait up for you? I'm kidding. She turns and starts walking up the trail. Watch out for spiders! Ha ha. Sometimes Jenna's jokes were so dry that I had a hard time figuring out if she was really joking or not. I dodge my way around the sagebrush. That insinuates walking right there, and there was no audio. It just skipped forward. There's just ambience. I dodge my way around the sagebrush and tumbleweeds towards the boulder and start to piss. Jenna really is an enigma. She's nice enough and smart, but she has this edge about her that's always got me on guard for some reason. Fur prickles on the back of my neck. I am not sure what it is, but something isn't right. I look left and right in the small chance that someone else is coming up the trail. Sorry. Got some issues right now. Ooh. It's weird feeling like this in broad daylight. Normally I don't get so uptight unless it's dark. I hear it's the opposite with species that can see better at night. Something's watching you from the brush. A shiver runs right up my spine, and I tremble under its influence. As if its own accord, as if of its own accord, my head whips around immediately, focusing on a clump of sagebrush 30 feet away. And there, right in the middle, someone's face is staring at me. I can only call it a face because there are two eyes and a mouth, but I've never seen anything like it. Ooh, intriguing. It's flat, wide, and stretched out, sagging where the chin should be. I can't help myself. I yelp loudly and stumble to the side as I whip my body round to defend myself, somehow conscious of the fact that my dick is still out. Then, it all comes together. I stare for a few seconds longer, then force out a tight, high-pitched laugh. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a rock. A white rock. And the sagebrush twigs have fallen over it perfectly to give it features similar to that of a face. Oh, funny. I sigh and rub my own face with both my paws, feeling my heart hammering in my chest. I always did this shit to myself. As I lower my paws, I notice a wet streak across the left side of my pants. I hadn't finished peeing yet. Fucking son of a bitch. Oof. I hiss and turn back to the boulder, trying to work myself into a peeing mood again. Finally, as I start to finish up, the prickling feeling on my neck starts up again. I try to ignore it, but it's getting worse and worse. I shake my head a few times and then zip up and start back around the boulder. It's at this point that I give a quick glance back at the brush. The rock isn't there anymore. I stare, one paw on the boulder, feeling my fur start to bristle all over my body. What? Maybe it's because I'm at a different angle now. The feeling of being watched is overpowering though, and it's coming from the other side of the boulder, where I was just at. I look up the trail, but I don't see TJ or Jenna at all. I can't even hear them. I look back towards the boulder, wondering if I'm losing my mind. Gritting my teeth, I turn away and start walking back up the trail at a brisk walk, knowing that I'm acting just like a little kid. Believe me, I've had that issue. I'm gonna do one quick blow. Woo! Despite that, I feel I started reading too fast. Oof. Despite that, I feel myself start to panic a little, and soon enough, I'm running up the trail. And I'm not looking back. We made it! He says it even though he's already sitting down on what looks like a rock bench. He probably got here a good 10 minutes ago. Minutes before us. I'm sweating all over the place, but Jenna seems fine. It's embarrassing because it's only now that I realize she'd been hanging back because of me. Group hug! TJ stands and holds his paws out. I want to protest because of how gross I must look, but Jenna sort of forces me into it as TJ walks up to us. This was a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for coming. Well, we're glad you had fun, even if we weren't able to keep up. As we lean back from the hug, I see Jenna's nose wrinkle. I press my tail a little closer to my rear. Alright, let's eat. We sit down on a rock bench. And TJ starts pulling the sandwiches out of the soft cooler. Oh my god, I'm having some issues today. Everything's happening at once. What the fuck? I am like half here. Ooh, 30 minutes, cool. Nice. He's been so excited about our trip that he'd gone to the convenience store by himself at like 5 in the morning and made all of our sandwiches. It's actually pretty good too. There's even avocado on it. Even if it's the package mushy kind, according to him. We eat it in silence for a while, and looking over, I can see that Jen is deep in thought. Where did the music go? Chewing slowly. What's up? She shrugs and swallows. Just thinking about how this might be the last time we really get to hang out, is all. That's kind of a sad thing to say. Well, think about it. I graduate in a few months, and then I'll be off to the other side of the country. Then you'll graduate, Chase. And I don't think you'll be sticking around here. Maybe. And you, TJ, you might just leave the country. That would make sense. TJ's parents are back in his hometown. I think we'll all get together again. It's just a matter of planning it, right? It might take a while, but it'll happen, and there's always the internet. I'm just saying, I hope Flynn can get over himself before the end of our trip. I don't think this should be our big send-off. We've still got time. I lean back and drape my arms over the back of the bench. In my opinion, this thing does not look like a bench. Like, at all. It just looks like a thing that's deeply broken to the point you can't even recognize what it's supposed to be anymore. Closing my eyes, I forgot to read that bit. I really want to take my shirt off, though the fabric is almost soaked through and it's clinging in a really gross way to my fur. The sun is beating down on me, shining bright red through my eyelids. If only there was a pond up here, I'd be able to sink to the bottom. The sun reduced to a shimmering silver. My type really isn't built for this kind of weather. I feel Jenna shift next to me, and suddenly I feel her nose up against my ear, and I shiver a little. What the hell was she doing? I start to turn my head towards her. Chase, do you need some musk off? I open my eyes, then squint against the brightness of the sun. What? I said. She leans in, obviously not wanting TJ to hear. She laughs a bit before she starts again. You're smelling a little strong. Instantly my ears burn and I scoot away instinctively, lowering my eyes. Shit, sorry. No, it's alright. You didn't know we were going on a hike before you packed. But I have some. TJ's looking over at us curiously as he nibbles on his salad wrap. Ears perked, and I don't know why, but I glare at him, already humiliated enough. He frowns. What? Nothing. Jenna's just telling me I stink. Oh. Jenna laughs, then reaches over to her backpack and opens the top zipper, taking in talking in a normal voice now. Ugh. It's a female brand, so it's not as strong, but it should get the job done. Thanks. I grumble and snatch it from her paws, instantly feeling shitty about it because I know she's just trying to be nice. Even though TJ and Jenna are probably the nicest people in our little group, it's still fucking embarrassing. Believe me. It is. I'd actually prefer Flynn's... What? Flynn's that word right now. I don't know what that is. The fuck just touched my head? Was that a bug? I'll have to check the recording. I don't know what the hell that was. Damn it. What the hell? Like, could I have some time where something isn't fucking with me constantly? That would be pleasant. I'm always forgetting to put the damn sign on the door. Though right now it doesn't really matter because everyone should already be in bed asleep. I don't even remember where I put this damn sign. Let me check in this bottom drawer. Nope. Where the hell did I put the damn thing? I remember I put it somewhere. So where the hell did it go? Like, what? Because I could have sworn I stuck it in here. Like, off behind this bit. But it's not here. I'll have to go on like a scavenger hunt or some kind of shit. Because I don't know where that thing went. There it is. It's really just a normal piece of paper that I printed on and just stuck it in the thing. I stalk off around a rather large brush and pull down my pants. The can is pink and covered in flowers. Great. Grab my tail and yank it up before giving my ass a good liberal dose of girl smells. Of course, if I'd known I'd be doing anything so sweat-inducing, I would have brought my own boy-smelling brand. But I'm stuck with this, smelling like a girl in front of Jenna. Guess it's better than nothing. As I come back around the brush, I can tell that something's off. TJ meets eyes with me, then quickly looks down, frowning. I glare. I'd honestly be happier if he just joined in with Jenna and laughed at me instead. She's buried in her phone right now, which is annoying since she told us before that the hike that Since she told us before that before the hike, that phones weren't allowed. All done. All done? She doesn't even look up, but points at the bag with her foot. Go ahead and stick it in the back of the bag. I sigh and bend over to shove the can back in, then notice that it's been zipped closed again. Without thinking, I zip it back and widen the gap, and and immediately find a big, furry, orange and black spider glaring out at me from the bag. I scream like a fucking girl and jump back, dropping the can, stumbling back and falling flat on my ass as I trip over some rocks. I land on my tail wrong, and it sends a jolt of pain up my back. Jenna, who'd already started laughing the moment I screamed, put a paw on her muzzle. Only one, though, because the other is holding her camera phone, and she's filming the whole fucking thing. Oh God! Oh God, are you okay? And she's still smiling behind her paw. Fine. I guess I had a decision to make, whether to get mad or just to shrug it off and laugh with them. I go with the latter and grin sheepishly. Wow. I'd expect that from you, Jenna, but TJ, what the hell, man? TJ flinches, a sad look on his face. She told me she'd throw me off the cliff if I said anything. Jenna laughs again and pushes her phone and puts her phone away before picking up the can and shoving it into the bag. Success! Where the hell did you even get that from? The one rest stop with the souvenir shop. Alright, everyone done? I know you need to get some shots of the canyon, Chase. Let's go do that. I sit cross-legged next to Jenna, a bit further back than she is with her legs dangling over the edge of the cliff. I guess someone that's so confident about her life and future isn't worried about falling the 80 feet to her death. Oops, shit. It's sort of the opposite of Carl, but with the same result. You know, one good thing about this place is stuff like this. Hanging off the edge of a cliff. Lack of people. The mountains. I'll miss that. I keep reading wrong. I can't do a lady's voice at all. I hear the mountains back east are small, like hills. That sounds nice too. She picks up a sizable rock and tosses it off the edge, listening to the clatter and echo as it bounces down the cliff. Doesn't really matter though. I'll be living in a big city, way bigger than Peyton. Are you nervous about living in a big city? No, I'm more anxious to get started with school, actually. And of course, I'll miss you guys, too. A lot. She flicks her ears back at TJ, who's flat on his back under a tree behind us, snoring lightly. Almost said loudly. I wipe my forearm across my forehead, the oils from my waterproof fur sliding nastily against each other. I'm sorry, but I pull my shirt off. I need to let my shirt dry out. It's fucking gross. She looks over at me. Then. She looks over at me then. Her silver and turquoise necklace catching the light and flashing briefly. Jenna looks perfect, of course. The fur on her face and arms is brushed with the lei, held together by some kind of spray, probably. By comparison, I look like a soggy log covered in wet brown mold. I blush and look down. The bravado I had worked up to take my shirt off disappearing under her gaze. She doesn't laugh, though. I was wondering when you were going to take that off. Looked really uncomfortable. Yeah. Sorry. I'm gross. It's not gross. It's just what your body does to survive. Jenna sometimes says things that I suspect carry a lot more meaning than what's on the surface. Than what's on the surface level. But honestly, I'm too dumb to figure it out. Excuse me. I'm always polite. Sometimes I forget and I notice it back in recordings, but I feel like shit for forgetting. But I try my best. I really hope my smell isn't overpowering the spray. But I'm in the middle of leaning to the side to see if I can catch a whiff of my butt musk, and I jolt back up. Huh? What was kind of gross is that there was another smell. Ooh. Yeah, did you pee on yourself? It takes me a second to register what she just said, and then it hits me. And this time I have to close my eyes out of shame. Of course she was gonna smell that. Foxes can smell fucking everything on you that's happened in the last week. Yeah, I did. She laughs this time, and I look away off into the canyon again. I know it can happen, but it just smells like it was a lot, is all. I sigh and lean back on my paws, letting my head hang back. I debate on telling her exactly what happened since it seems so childish, but it's not like she's being mean. She has a demeanor about her that just makes you want to talk. Must be the psych degree at work. I just saw something that scared me a little, so when I jumped, I got some on me. What did you see? She lays out flat on her back, legs still dangling over the side, with her paws behind her head. I guess so she can get a better look at me. I avoid looking right at her, in case she thinks I'm staring. Okay, this is gonna sound stupid, but I just felt like I was being watched. You know, when you psych yourself up and everything looks scary? Of course. So, I felt that behind me, and when I looked, I saw what sort of looked like a face and in some sagebrush. Just talking about it right now is getting my fur to prickle. I hadn't really thought about it since it happened, and now that I am, it's only now that I'm realizing how weird it all was. Huh. Like a face you recognized? No, it was sort of flat. Like it didn't really have a muzzle. And white. I look back at Jenna, but she's not looking at me. Instead, she's looking past me. That is weird. Yeah, but it was a rock. We're weird to recognize faces. We're wired to recognize faces, so when we find them in a lot of things. I can't fucking read. Yeah, I mean, the twigs and stuff were falling across it in a way that made it look like it had eyes and stuff, but then I realized what it was. There we go. But I jumped and got pee on myself. So that's what happened. What's weird is when I was leaving, I couldn't see it anymore. I say that last part with a laugh, mostly to hide how it freaked me out. How freaked out I am about it. When I look at Jenna again, I can see the fur on her neck has lifted a little. It was probably just the angle, though. You alright? Jenna looks back at me, and I can tell she's debating whether or not to tell me something. I wait. Just maybe think about when I was a kid. Hadn't thought about it for years, actually. I pause. Do you want to talk about it? I'm worried I'm about to open up a can of worms. It wasn't traumatizing or anything like that. Well, it was, actually, but it wasn't real. Did you see a face? Yeah, not exactly like yours, though. It was more of a red color. But it was flat, too, and that's what made me think of it. Whoa. Yeah, it had a body, too, but I can't really remember exactly what it was like. Did you dream it? No, not really a dream. At least not in the sense that I was asleep when it happened. I just see it walking around in broad daylight sometimes. What the hell? Are these like real solid memories? Like it really happened? I don't know. It usually happened when I was sad or angry, like when Dad was having one of his moments. Fuck off, bug. I just see it walk past a doorway or sit in a closet. Really? What the fuck? This was a long time ago. Like when I was 5. I don't want you thinking I'm crazy, Chase. I don't. I saw things too as a kid. Yeah, I think you've told me. I had, and it's something I really don't want to think about right now. I'm pretty sure it's something my mind just made up because I was under a lot of stress. The brain can make up whatever it wants, really. It's part of the reason I went into the field that I did. I want to help figure these things out. Do you see it anymore? At all? She's quiet for a while, then shakes her head. No. Jesus! My fucking volume is a lot higher than I had it before, so it scared the little fucking shit out of me. My phone goes off then, and I jump with a little yelp. With a little yelp. Jenna laughs, and it breaks the tension a little bit, so I laugh with her. I know you said no phones, but you already used yours, so I think I get a freebie. Hey, I had to record your reaction for posterity. Looking at the message, I see it's from Leo. Where are you? I can't really do that voice right now. I stare at it for a second. It seems a little short. Usually Leo throws in cheesy emoticons for everything. When he's not angry, of course. Jenna notices my expression. What's up? It's just Leo. I type out a quick response. I'm hiking with TJ and Jenna, and did we forget to tell you that? Almost instantly, I get a response. Yeah, you did. He's definitely got something up his ass. Wolf Boy getting pissy? Maybe? I can never tell with him. Whoop! Jenna's phone goes off right then. Speak of the devil. Since it seems like she's inviting me, I lean over to read her phone. What the hell? I feel myself starting to get a little angry. What the fuck's his problem? Jenna gives a little playful smirk as she sits up and puts her phone away without responding. Oh, he's jealous. That gets me flustered for some reason. You think so? That, and he probably wants us all to hang out together, which we should, but we need some time away before we get give Flynn another chance. Anyway, we should head back. If we start now, we can grab dinner at the diner by 6. Yeah, 6. Jenna gets up and goes to wake up TJ, but I'm sort of lost in thought. I feel bad for Leo. Was he mad at me for not telling him by the lake yesterday? Talking to him by the lake yesterday? After being out in the desert for so long, it feels absolutely amazing to be sitting in the air-conditioned diner. Having already ordered our food, I lean back against the booth, my eyes feeling a little heavy. So, thanks again for going with me, guys. It wouldn't have been as much fun if there wasn't anyone to share it with. I felt the fucking bug on my hand again. God damn it, fuck off for a little while, please, until I can deal with you. Of course, TJ. I had a lot of fun too. I put in my affirmative as well, grinning. And sorry guys, I had to... And sorry you guys had to put up with my slowness. And smell. Stop apologizing for it. It's like you're speciesist against your own kind. Whew. Sorry, I had to breathe. I don't know what's going on right now. I just feel like crap. I'll be sure next time that we don't do such a long trail, if there is a next time. I hope there's a next time. Oh, there... Baby Barf came up with that one. Oh. I mean, I took an allergy medicine earlier, and I took a Benadryl earlier, and it didn't do none. Oof. Maybe there's not exactly much else to do out here. The thought of hiking again makes my knees weak, but I don't say anything. So, Chase, I have to ask, have you been seeing any guys in Pueblo? Yeah, it's Pueblo. That question takes me by surprise, and I pause, looking at Jenna. TJ looks surprised as well, but looks at me curiously. It has been years since you and Leo were together properly. You two were pretty outspoken in all your social media pictures. TJ stirs some from his initial shock at the topic. At the initial shock at the topic shift, and nods, speaking up. Yeah, in comparison to back in the day, you've been pretty quiet on that front. I feel myself cringe inward and in remembrance of all the kissing selfies and cheesy song quotes we'd post. Leo did most of it, but it was by no means innocent. As of late, I haven't really posted much. Most of the people who are still on my timeline just rant about political stuff. As the two look on expectingly, I feel myself shift in the pleather diner seat uncomfortably. Well, not really. Oh? Yeah, I guess after a relationship as long as Leo and I's, I've kind of just been focused on, adulthood. Adulthood is difficult. A reasonable thing to keep you occupied. TJ nods with a broad smile, his ears flopping a little. Well, have you engaged in anything more casual since? Oh, excuse me. Whew. I feel myself blanch a little before recombobulating. TJ just looking confused. Thankfully. I downloaded one of those gay apps for meeting guys. All it really does is make me feel like crap, though. I look sidelong towards the links beside Jenna. He gives me a curious look. People on there can be pretty speciesist. I see a lot of no mustelids, no otters, and, no musk types. I met up with a few guys, but it was all pretty awkward and didn't go anywhere. Most didn't look like their profile pictures. That's awful. I can't imagine putting yourself up for that sort of thing. Ugh. He pauses, then quickly holds up his paws defensively. I mean, meeting someone you like and love organically, I think that's the word, is important. Well, Chase here doesn't have the luxury. According to a study I read about out of every 25 people are gay. Then the chances of both parties having mutual attraction lowers the compatibility chances even more so. The online component is mostly a necessity depending on one's region. Echo seems to be the bizarre exception. I see TJ's face shift to a guilty expression. The gray feline muttering a quiet "oh" before taking a long drink of water. I uninstalled it though. When I visited my parents over Christmas, haven't had much of a thought to install it back. I think you should reinstall it. I'm actually a bit curious what sort of results you'll get in Echo. My mind reels back to 15-year-old me posting a Photoshop picture of myself on Peyton list, male for male, and the horrible aftermath. I don't know, Jenna. Probably wouldn't get much anyway. Most results would be from Peyton 30 miles away. Plus, I'm pretty sure I already know the only result is gonna be a certain shirtless Gila. Honestly, I hate to sound like one of those podcasts, but something has to be in the water here. First Flynn, then Leo, then you. I watched you all grow up and turn out to like guys. I still remember you sitting on the edge of my bed, sniffling about your parents finding out and how much of a deviant you were. Completely unaware that I had been I'd had the same sort of conversation with both Flynn and Leo about a year earlier. Oh God. I placed my face into my palm. It is kind of weird, I guess. But now that you are officially bi, your horizons have expanded, yes? I have to ask, have you been dating any girls? I'm taken off guard, looking back up at Jenna. TJ stops gulping down his iced water. Not really, actually. I mean, I guess you could say I lean towards males, but it's not like I was about to say I sometimes look at straight porn when I'm in the mood, but that might be a little inappropriate with TJ here. That was probably inappropriate to say in front of Jenna, too. Do guys talk about porn in front of girls? I've never tried. I don't talk about that stuff to nobody. It's weird. The only time it's ever came up is when my trans sister kind of gently brought the topic up, and it just kind of goes from there, and we don't give two shits. It's just kind of a thing that, you know, we could care less. It's just kind of a thing. If someone brings it up, we're like, I mean, sure, yeah. I look at stuff like that. I mean, everyone has their moments every now and then where stuff like that happens. And at the very least, it happens once. As soon as you figure out the internet and go exploring. Eventually, you're gonna see something. It's just par for the course for the internet, you know? The most innocent of things can be turned sour. It's not like I don't notice girls. I finished the sentence lamely, but DJ just nods. That makes sense. Oh, excuse me. Well, have you ever slept with a girl? Oh shit, I hit the fucking... My scroll wheel was a piece of shit. Like, it works for what it's intended, but it's so sensitive. I didn't even push it. I just tapped it. It didn't even roll. And it still worked. Which is why, at some point, I would like to get a new mouse, but this one works for now. Jenna! TJ's face going from the cheerful interest to outright horror is so comical. I start laughing despite Jenna's question, surprising me as well. Hey, this is how boys talk, right? I've been hanging out with you guys since, what the fuck? Oh my god. I am loopy as all get out. I've been hanging out with you guys since the 4th grade. Don't exclude me just because I'm a girl. I don't talk like that. Despite TJ's reaction, I'm not too bothered by it. No, I haven't. I kissed a girl once at a party, but that was it. Do you want to be with a girl? Just to see what it's like? Now I'm starting to get a little embarrassed. Whether TJ is more appalled or not, I can't tell since he's got his face buried in his paws. Maybe, I don't know. Just curious. I'm just wondering why you didn't pick up on... I'm just wondering why I didn't pick up on this about you before. Jenna grins, then looks out the window. I noticed then, with the way the sunset is lighting up the diner, how pretty her eyes are. It almost looks unnatural the way they glow. So I need to ask you a favor, Chase. I stiffen, wondering what the hell it might be after that conversation. I'm wondering if you could drive me to the mall. I want to get a few things. Oh, sure. What do you need? Jenna hesitates, and for the first time today, she's the one that seems embarrassed. Well, you know, in Pueblo, we don't exactly have a great comic book shop, even though it's huge. Oh, yeah? I wouldn't really know. I never did go to that section of the mall. What's especially lacking is the manga section. Ooh, I've been meaning to actually get the Beastars manga. Not necessarily to read it, because, like, you can get, like, English versions, but it's more so out of collectible kind of thing, because after discovering Beastars, I fell in love with it, because it's just really a cool thing. You know? It's neat. Like, it's diving into how, like, the whole anthropomorphic animal people type thing would actually work. Without just doing the half-assed little, like, the easy cop-out where there are anthropomorphic animals that are the people, then there's normal bipedal animals around randomly. And this one's taking a more... It takes a different approach. I'm going to leave it at that. I have a bad habit of talking a lot. But there are a few mangas that I have actually been eager to buy, but I am empty pockets. And even if I did have money, you know how I work. I spend money on the important stuff first, which is bills, obviously. So, yeah. Excuse me. Whew. I smile. I'd forgotten the way that... after getting her first job, I'd drive Jenna to the mall once a week and she'd buy her favorite manga. Jenna's still not looking at me, but I grin. Yeah. It'd be just like we were in high school. Have you been keeping up on all of those series? I remember being amazed at how much material was in those books compared to the comics. Even if they weren't colored. Most manga aren't actually colored, but you know. Jenna looks back at me, and I can see that she's a little relieved. Did she think I was gonna make fun of her for it? I keep up with it online mostly. This is more for old time's sake. Believe it or not, the mall has some of the happiest memories I have of this place, aside from Leo's house. Of course, I'd believe that. I guess there are a few special edition volumes I want to get that might have... they might have. I was always surprised with what they were able to bring in. Well, that's cool. You know, I watched an anime since I last saw you. Oh, really? What was it? I can't really remember. It was a long title, but it was about this old wolf guy that becomes a samurai. Oh no. Japanese shit! Oh. I don't know Japanese at all. I don't know what that says or how to even pronounce it. To me, that's just a bunch of gobbledygook. She says it quickly with what sounds to me like a perfect accent. If only I could do that. If only. Because I don't even know the accent. Maybe that sounds about right. Jenna makes a face like she swallowed a lemon. It is. It's the only old wolf samurai show I know. You gotta watch some of the older stuff. Anime these days is just... you know. I mean, I kind of get that. Some are just... it's getting stale, you know? Why am I turning a weird... This light is not doing me any favors. Not doing me any favors. I need... This setup is weird. No? Well, we need to do that too. One of these nights, we're going to marathon... Gengbari ni. Japanese shit! The hotel Wi-Fi is good enough for it, I think. Wait. I don't remember them being in a hotel. got this sort of Western style, medieval atmosphere to it. Well, I never really watched anime. Even if Ichi, whatever it was, wasn't bad. Chase is just like me. Can't pronounce any of that shit. I even was able to pronounce one of them. Shittily, might I add. The idea of staying up late with Jenna watching old foreign cartoons sounds like a lot of fun. Wanna join us, TJ? TJ looks up from his phone. Huh? What? Do you want to watch anime with us? Sure, why not? Hey, no phones. I tease him, reaching for it and take it from him. I thought that was only for the hike. I glance over at the screen, expecting to see some Christian social group or something, but instead it's a text thread from Leo. Yo, Teach, where you at? Hey, Leo, we're hiking. You going somewhere after that? Yeah, the diner. You want to meet us there? Is Chase going to... Sorry. Yeah, he's here. Are you reading my text? That's really rude. I look up at TJ, who's glaring at me from across the table. I look back down at the phone. Alright, on my way. Leo's coming. Yep, he's been messaging me all day. Jenna and I look at each other, both of our brows raised. What? But that's when Leo's van pulls in front of the diner, and I hear Jenna sigh loudly. Sorry. Leo's bulky form bounces out of the truck, doing a little jog up to the diner. The bell to the door rings as Leo walks in, all smiles. Hey, Leo. Sorry. Hey, Leo. TJ? I can't speak properly like that right now. I'll try my best, believe me. I've already been trying. Leo immediately squeezes into the booth next to me, almost sandwiching me in between him and the window. Chase, what's up? Good lord. He wraps a big arm around my neck and yanks me roughly into a hug, forcing a little squeak out of my throat. See, this is how it should be. We should come here to hang out, not break up into little groups and fight. That was Flynn's fault. Jenna says it quickly, eyeing Leo's arm around my neck. Yeah, well, I'm gonna get him to apologize. Things take a little time, you know? Jenna doesn't say anything, instead choosing to look over the menu, even though we've already ordered. You have fun hiking? Leo, I am... Ugh. Leo turns his goofy tongue out smile on me. Sorry, my brain melted at that point. I'm about to answer, but that's when his face changes and I see his nose twitch. You smell like a girl. His head snaps to Jenna, and it's instantly obvious what he's thinking. Jenna, who's looking up now, just smiles sweetly, not trying to explain the situation at all. Leo tenses up, arm tightening around my neck, almost choking me. I forgot my sorry. I forgot my musk stuff, so Jenna lent me hers. Leo looks back at me, and I can tell he's trying to decide whether or not to believe me. TJ, though, for once, chimes in with something useful, cheerfully unaware. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Sorry, Chase. He looks at me apologetically, but honestly, I could kiss him right now. Leo relaxes a little, but his ears are still pointed straight up. A sure sign that he's still tense. Alright, well, next time you go, I'm coming too. Anyways, I'm planning Carl's birthday party tomorrow. What? It's like a month away. Yeah, well, there's not much else to do. Jenna leans back in her seat and folds her ears down. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. That's really short. Sorry. That's really short notice, Leo. Couldn't you have told us this before we came so we could prepare? Well, I was planning to do that today, but you guys just took off without telling me. I don't have a gift! Leo rubs his face. We still got time to do that, just wanted to tell you what's up. We chat for a while longer, then get our food. Leo orders a milkshake and hangs out with us the whole time. Usually I'd love to have Leo around, but something about this feels forced and awkward, and Jenna's gone completely quiet. Leo doesn't let go of my neck the entire time. Yeah. This is a for sure sign that things are getting weirder, and usually after Carl's birthday party, which... Hey! Jesus fucking Christ! Sorry. Now my face is wet and sweaty. Oh my god. My hands were so sweaty before I touched my face. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Oh, I hate that. Oh, there's no whispers anymore. That's weird. Were there whispers before? Jesus, that was my fucking chair. Damn. Hey. I'm sorry. Hey. My voice! Fuck. Hey. He clutches a cell phone. The screen shattered. And metallic innards exposed. No texting. Let's talk. But I can't. Have you decided on what you're gonna do after school? Don't worry about it right now. I still got a few months to decide. Going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Despite being shattered, the phone in his hand lights up. I see something flash on the screen. Jared? Who's Jared? What the fuck? Hey boy, where you at? Yeah. I miss you. Oh, This is the phone thing that I was talking about. Ah, because that's... I know who that is. Who's texting is... fuck. I believe that was Jenna. But I'm not totally certain anymore. But I believe that's what's going on, because there is no character in this actually named Jared. I think that was just a thing. Calling now. Uh-oh. Can I... Whoa! Wait, does it matter where Oh, so it doesn't matter which one I click. It just does the thing. But I feel like that was like a choice. So, I don't know. Fuck. I find myself panting. Sitting upright in the bed of our motel room. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right... Hang on. Bam. Hang on. Wait. It's not! The clicking was never me. Well, now I know. That's annoying as shit. Alright. So. Stop! Oh my god, it still went Oh. Okay, so that final bit was unscripted. I was actually gonna stop after the fucking Wednesday thing, but apparently the game had other plans. It freaked me out a bit. I need some time after that. Ooh. Here, so I can just hear this. Okay, so that's apparently not going in my ear correctly. Here we go. Okay. Well, that was our first sign of true horror in this, kind of. Fuck. Oh. So, I'm gonna go and try to, one, get more drink, because this is running out. And I'm gonna try and just sleep, because it's 12:50. I should not even still be doing this, but I decided to crank out an episode, because why not? Now, clearly, you're gonna get this at some point in the middle of the day, or not, wherever you live, I don't know, but it's definitely not gonna be posted in the middle of the night for me. Or at least I don't think so. I shouldn't. But, I'm out. If you like this, you know what to do. That last part just messed me up. Here, right in my mouth. Whew. I am not ready for this, because I feel like after most of this next day, it's just gonna start going downhill. It's like gonna get there. Slowly, I think, because I think a lot of what's going to proceed thus far is actually going to be us looking for Carl, because he actually does go missing in, like, every route, except for his route himself, because you actually are with him during whatever happens. So, you know, that's the only one that's different. But every other route, pretty much, as far as I'm aware, he goes missing, and for some, he does just turn up, but I don't think that'll happen for this one. Likely. And am I the only one who thinks that in this art, Jenna does not look like a girl? The only thing that makes her look like a girl in this art is this very protruding boob right here, making it look like that. But in the face, you see that? To me, that kind of just looks like another guy. But then again, it's just art, so, you know. But I can't tell anyways. I'm broken right now. I feel like death. But, you know. Let me, where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Loud! Okay, so the ones that don't light up, I don't have. I don't remember where that is, but I have no idea. Argument, of course. Don't have a third one. Bittersweet. Whatever. You know. I just wanted to check that out a little bit because I never really checked out the soundtracks. I like the way that they have a little Easter egg for Ad Astra, thankfully. Ow! Fuck! My hand hit the cord and yanked it out my ear. I like the way that it has an Easter egg for Ad Astra. The soundtrack is just by default unlocked. Or, no, it's not. I ended up going through that route to get a part of the first thumbnail, you know. But that was Flynn's route, and I didn't actually pay attention to anything. I just did a lot of skipping, and I had to go through it twice because I goofed. But I didn't realize there was a back button, which was, again, scroll wheel. So I ended up doing it all again for nothing. Because I'm an idiot. Just don't mind that. And I am glad I'm able to do this on a computer now because it's so much easier. The first 4 episodes of this one, the first episode of Psychic Connections, episode 1 of Psychic Connections, and the first 4 episodes of Echo, before I broke my phone, I believe, were really the only ones that I actually ended up doing, and that was those were on a phone. And the one before that, but we're not going to talk about that. It's fine. But anyways, yada yada. I'm yapping. See ya.